Hi there. Today on Math Antics, we're starting a new subject where we're going to learn the basics of a special kind of math called geometry. Geometry is the study of things like lines, shapes, angles, distances, and things like that. In this video, we're going to focus on three of the most basic elements or parts of geometry. They are points, lines, and planes. All right, we're going to start with points because they're about the simplest thing you can imagine in geometry. What's a point? Well, let me draw some for you. So these are points. They're just little tiny dots in space, but they do a really important job in geometry. They help us describe specific locations in space, like the end of a line, or the corner of a square, or the center of a circle. But they won't really help that much unless we name them, because if I say, hey, look at that point over there, it's kind of hard to tell which one I'm talking about. I mean, they all look the same. So what name should we give these points? Well, let's see. How about Archimedes and Beauregard? That'd be good. Maybe Charlemagne? How about Daphne and Einstein? Let's see. Fred and Guinevere, Hiawatha, and Icarus. Perfect. You know, on second thought, those names are kind of long and complicated. Why don't we just use the first letters of each name instead? There. Now if I say, look at point A, or look at point B, you know exactly what I'm talking about. In fact, let's do that. Let's just talk about point A and point B for a minute. If you start at point A and go to point B taking the shortest distance possible, you would have gone in a straight line. A line is the next most basic element of geometry. We name a line by the points that it goes through. For example, we would call this line AB because its endpoints, where it starts and stops, are points A and B. But technically, this isn't really a line. It's a line segment. What's the difference, you ask? That's a good question. A line segment has a beginning and an end. It starts at one point in space and it ends at another. A line, on the other hand, just keeps on going in either direction forever, just like the number line keeps on going forever. Well, at least we imagine that it goes on forever. We can't actually draw a line that goes on forever, so here's what we do instead. To draw a line instead of a line segment, you just go past the endpoints a little bit, and you put an arrow on both ends of the line to show that it keeps on going. So this is line segment AB, and this is line CD. Now there's one more special type of line that we need to talk about, and it's basically a combination of a line segment and a line. We call it a ray. Rays have beginning points, but no ending points. They just keep on going forever, but only in one direction. So we only put an arrow on the end that keeps going. There. We call this one ray EF. In geometry, each of these three types of lines has a shorthand way of writing it. Instead of writing line segment AB, you can just write AB with a line over the top. And instead of writing line CD, you can write CD with a double arrow line over them, like this. And finally, instead of writing ray EF, you can just write EF with a single arrow line over them, like so.